You do not sell your Bitcoin.
Bitcoin! Bitcoin! Yeah.
And we have my baby boy's birthday. Carson is on Tuesday, the big 3. Help me celebrate. Send him a shout out. And of course, guys, hit that Cash App. It doesn't matter the amount. Just keep it ringing. Let's get into the video.
The only asset endorsed by a president of the United States in 50 years is Bitcoin. I mean, go back in the last 200 years in the history of the country. And I think if you go to the founding fathers, they wrote in the Constitution that money is silver and gold coin. And then at some point there was a chicken in every pot, and maybe with the founding of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, we endorsed everybody to single family home ownership. But in the 21st century, you have just one asset, Bitcoin. The president saying, don't sell your Bitcoin. Saying more than that, saying the United States won't sell its Bitcoin. And so everything else you put your client into, if the U.S. government seized any other security that you sold to a client, if they seized any collectible, any art, any real estate, they would sell it. The only thing that the U.S. government won't sell if they are to seize it is Bitcoin.
What do you say to people who say, well, it's a Ponzi scheme, because every time Bitcoin goes up, you issue more equity and debt to buy more Bitcoin, and it just keeps going and going and going?
Yeah, just like developers in Manhattan, every time Manhattan real estate goes up in value, they issue more debt to develop more real estate. That's why your buildings are so tall in New York City. It's been going on for 350 years. I would call it an economy.
Call the debt specifically if Bitcoin goes down.
People think it's debt. It's convertible debt. It's unsecured, no recourse.
No recourse.
What that means, Ron, is that Bitcoin could go from $100,000 to $1,000. The debt's not getting called. There is no recourse. Bitcoin can go to $1. You see, Bitcoin can literally go to 1 penny. The debt doesn't have. There's no call feature. And so it's like basically someone loans you billions of dollars and you agree that in 5 years you will either pay them back in cash or in stock. But you know what happened is if Bitcoin crashed by 75%, the stock would trade down. We would just pay off the debt with stock. So the risk isn't in the debt so much as it's in the equity. But the point, and the people are like, oh, well, that makes the equity more risky. Well, yeah, that's the point. The point is the people buying the equity want the equity to trade down harder than Bitcoin, and they want the equity to trade up harder than Bitcoin. Because some of the people that buy the equity are the convertible arbitrageurs and the options traders. The options trade, like there's a lot of people that want to short the equity. Why do they want to short the equity? Because they're hoping that if Bitcoin trades down, they get a 1.5 boost or a 2 boost. That's what makes it a compelling thing. So if you don't want volatility and leverage, don't buy the equity, right? Buy the bond. And if you want something in the middle, buy Bitcoin if you want to hold a commodity, or buy the ETF if you want to hold the security wrapper of the commodity. And everybody's got different risk profiles. So we're just providing people with the kind of risk and reward and volatility that they want.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy. And it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. but we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely, stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Bitcoin and crypto making a move up. Guys, don't forget we have CME that opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market. And then once yield rates get to moving in the morning, we know it's going to move the market again. Now, if yield rates stay up this high and keeps moving, we know markets are going to be volatile, pumping and dumping. And I told you before, I definitely see over these next 2 weeks that we're going to be pumping and dumping. And we know Jerome is in the house this week. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Mike Novogratz says 1 million Bitcoin price in 2026 will signal trouble in the United States economy. And we know what he means by that. That means that money is taking flight to safety. But in 2026, we're definitely going to see layoffs pick up and more machines enter into the economy. Remember, it is time to build. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates were moving up on Friday. And like I stated, if yield rates keep moving up, we know markets are going to become more volatile. And then also we have the dollar down on Friday, and the dollar will continue to get weak over time. We know Trump wants to devalue this dollar, so therefore he can devalue the debt. And then we have volume and crypto down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $33 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates high for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have Fed Jerome Powell in the house this week, Jackson Hole. And we definitely receive reports about the economy, and things are not looking good. So we'll see what he has to say on Friday. And of course, he speaks on the start of the weekend because we can clearly see the economy is weakening. And then when you add on all these tariffs, we know eventually it's going to be passed down to the consumer. And Jerome Powell stated that's the reason why they didn't want to move just yet, because they know these tariffs are going to cause even more inflation. But remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. These tariffs cause so much pressure on small and medium-sized businesses, they fall by the wayside. And of course, the big corporations are going to act like they're being hurt when we know they front ran it anyway. But the fact is that allows them to lay off and bring in the machines. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Spot ETFs down at close on Friday. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have U.S. Treasury is considering adding digital ID checks to DeFi smart contracts to fight illicit finance. And guys, we know this is all about taking away privacy. And we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. Smart contracts are going to change everything that we do because they'll allow these AI agents and these machines to work this economy without a human involved. But we know digital IDs will be embedded inside these wallets. Remember, privacy is going to be the new gold in the fourth industrial revolution. Now we have Jack Dorsey advocates for Bitcoin use as an everyday currency as it was designed to be. And those who've been with me from the beginning know I've done plenty of videos on that. If you read the original white paper of Bitcoin, we know it could have scaled, but that did not fit the narrative of Bitcoin to get us moved over to this new digital economy. The masses are going to chase money, not education. The banks clearly use Bitcoin to destroy this legacy market, so therefore they could build the fourth industrial revolution, where the machines run majority of the economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Michael Saylor bets on $100 billion credit dream. And guys, don't forget Michael Saylor stated that Bitcoin had no chance because governments would come in and squash it. And then also, during the C word, Michael Saylor wrote a letter to his employees and got some blowback. And then all of a sudden, he becomes a Bitcoin spokesperson. Then Morgan Stanley comes in, and these big banks, of course, Vanguard. And then he creates the blueprint for all these Bitcoin treasuries and then also the altcoin treasuries that we see right now. But if Bitcoin gets a significant amount of drop for a long period of time, we know this strategy ends fast. And we know eventually it is definitely going to end, and it's not going to end well. But again, this is a plan. It moves in phases. Michael Saylor has a lot of leverage out there, but then also he has a lot of the big banks out there that's funding him that don't lose. So when we see them start to run, we know it's going to collapse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, always follow the money, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see the 4th Industrial Revolution, foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.